First time for Countdown's worst persons in the world, the bronze to the staff of the Woolworths online store in Britain. After a series of protests from parents and a very belated visit to Wikipedia, they have stopped selling a line of beds specifically designed for 6-year-old girls. They were called Lolita beds. Woolworths said they had no idea. I'm guessing they don't sell any of Nabokov's novels at Woolworths. The runner-up, comedian Rush Limbaugh, just the latest to deliberately take a quote from Bill Clinton out of context to utterly twist its meaning. Talking about global warming, the former president said, quote, "And maybe America and Europe and Japan and Canada, the rich countries, would say, okay, we just have to slow down our economy and cut back our greenhouse gas emissions because we have to save the planet for our grandchildren. We could do that. But if we did that, you know as well as I do, China and India and Indonesia and Vietnam and Mexico and Brazil and the Ukraine and all the other countries will never agree to stay poor to save the planet for our grandchildren." So Clinton's saying slowing down our economy to stop global warming wouldn't work, and he didn't support it. But what did comedian Rush Limbaugh claim Clinton had said? He only quoted the hypothetical in the middle of the thing. Okay, we just have to slow down our economy and cut back our greenhouse gases emission because we have to save the planet for our grandchildren. He then bashed Clinton. One could say comedian was guilty of intellectual dishonesty, but that would be predicated on the mistaken belief that Limbaugh's got an intellect. But our winner tonight, Billo, who is absolutely hanging himself in public by continuing to insist everybody else in this country is making up stories about homeless people living under bridges. When John Edwards withdrew and said he'd just come from talking to some of those homeless under a bridge in New Orleans, Billo blustered, "No, we called the Edwards campaign and asked where exactly is that bridge so we could help those people. Apparently they don't know or they wouldn't tell us. The Edwards campaign can't pinpoint the bridge. Just tell me where the bridge is. We will help those people." Claiborne Avenue near Canal Street. You know how I know this? It's online. The New Orleans Times-Picayune did a big story on it on January 11th about roughly 250 homeless people living under one of those viaducts that Interstate 10 runs on in New Orleans. A week later, the Seattle Post-Intelligencer newspaper did another story about the Seattle Supersonics basketball team going there, handing out food. Listen up, O'Reilly, you self-serving, self-inflating, uninformed buffoon. That same article suggests the current number of homeless just in New Orleans, men, women, and children, is at least 17,000. And you can find 250 of them right now under I-10. So get your sorry ass to Claiborne at Canal and put your money where your bottomless pit of a mouth is. We'll be waiting. Bill O'Reilly, today's worst person in the world.